What up, folks? I'm ultrazillatoys. I have a review of the Four Horsemen Studio Figure Obscura, the Jersey Devil. That's right, my zillions. The latest Figure Obscura. And I don't think they call these Mythic Legions, right? and I've gotten at least one of these before. The Krampus. Did I get another one? I forget. But Figure Obscura is their kind of like special like drops that they do, not inside like Mythic Legions or Cosmic Legions, but its own little brand of kind of either like, you know, stuff like this, like Legends, you know, sometimes it's kind of like a tribute type of thing, figure, I think, maybe. But maybe their takes on certain things, right? And I think that's what Figure Obscura is, right? This time it's the Jersey Devil. This art is beautiful on this cover here. Really cool. Some sort of castle there. A nice write-up on the Jersey Devil here. It comes from the Pine Barrens. That's right. So if you are a fan of cryptids, this is something you had to get. I mean, I had to get it. I love cryptids. I always have. And I mean, I know like Four Horsemen do good work, and it's a perfect marriage for this. Like I said, I did get the Krampus, less of a cryptid, more of a legend, but it really worked. You know, I keep thinking I got more because I really wanted to get the Sun Wukong, and I never did. Was there any others that I got? I don't know, but this one, how to get this one? It's just, you know, I get like their figures. You know, I don't get like all in on their figures, so it's like every once in a while I'll get something, and you know, I get confused. Anywho, this is you open it up to, you know, it's magnetized, and you got this really cool scene on the inside here, the Pine Barrens. Again, can't remember the significance of that little fort right now, but again, it's probably on the back here somewhere. You know. Whatever. I'll read it another time. It's not that important. It's a cryptid. The Jersey Devil. There's a lot of history on it. Go watch some special weird documentaries on it. There are out there, and yeah, I'm just happy to have it. Honestly, you know, I waited till the last second to put in my order, but I was like, I can't not get this. You know what I'm saying? So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So before we get to the figure, the inside insert is very, very cool. I like this a lot. So you the map of where the Pine Barrens are. The Leeds home, which is, I think that's like the remains of that now. You know, now that I'm thinking about it. This is pretty neat, and it can all be found in the little booklet that they give you, which is awesome. This is very, very cool. Got, you know, if you don't know the story, it's got the full story here, the origins. Yeah, this is neat. Very, very cool. Definitely, you know, something I'm gonna look forward to reading. So. Yeah, very cool. This is quite cool. Good stuff here, Four Horsemen. And there's our Jersey Devil in the background. If you could see it, well, in the darkness, it's creepy right now. But before we get to it, I want to go over all the accessories. And first up, we get this stand, which on first glance is like, oh, this is kind of neat. Just goes in right here, but it pops out too easy. And then you got this thing here that just does not hold the figure that well. It really doesn't. I've tried. It does not hold the figure too well, unfortunately. We get two sets of hands as the devil kind of slipped backwards back there. There are holding hands, just kind of done in black. 4 set holding hands, we get this weapon of some sort. It's kind of maybe like an antler thing, but then there's teeth here, so I don't know. It looks like there's a little hand here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. But yeah, you get it. If you want your devil to wield a weapon, I kind of don't. Then we get this thing, which I don't know if this is supposed to go on here or not, or if this skull is just, you know, an extra skull to put on the Jersey Devil itself. Maybe we'll test it out in a moment, but it does go on this post pretty well. Otherwise, you could use this to knock opponents out too, or prey. Yeah, prey. They're cool. I mean, they're all like bone-like stuff, but I don't know. Again, not sure if I really want them, or need them, like for my purposes. Like my Jersey Devil in my head canon, just doesn't use weapons. This little skull is pretty nice, by the way. Very nicely sculpted and painted. So that is pretty cool. Can it fit on a devil? Let's see. I'm bringing in the devil right now. No. Oh, wait, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it can. Barely, but you could do it. Pretty creepy too. We have one other accessory, and that's an extra head, and we'll look at that after we look at everything else first. But just to mention, you do have to pop in the wings, which in the past I've not had a good time with Mythic Legion stuff, getting their wings in, and you have to pop in the tail, and while the wings actually went in fine, I'm having a heck of a hard time keeping this tail in. So that's a little bit of a bother right now. It's a bendy wire tail, and it can turn there, and that is a ball joint there, but yeah, it pops out on you very, very easy. It's kind of a forked tail, you know, here. It's got spikes, and it's pretty good for a bendy wire thing. It's actually sculpted very, very nicely and painted very nicely. As is the rest of the figure. It looks really, really good. You got hooves on the bottom that are nicely done. Got the fur detail here, which I like. I'm gonna zoom in and we're gonna look at this guy closely. Looks pretty good. Some nice musculature in the legs. More fur detail on the back. Nice paint throughout, as you can see. The Krajiji section also has a lot of nice paint. Sufficiently, you know, horse-like on the bottom of some sort, right? Pretty good. And then you get more man-like, and if you know the legend, you know, you kind of know it's supposed to be like that, which is kind of cool. Or one of the legends, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, check that out. Really nice looking body. Musculature looks great. Nice paint on it. Mostly black, but there's some highlights. And really nice texture to it. The hands, these hands look really good. The nails are painted a little dark. I feel like I see some red in it. Is that possible? I think so. Really well done. Either way, I like these hands. I don't want to put anything in them. This is what I want, you know, my Jersey Devil to look like. You know, just more beast-like. And you got a lot of, like, you know, more like horse type hair here, or moose. Could be moose-like. I think horse, although it looks more moosey. But it's got some nice, like, you know, spikes or dorsal fins back here. But more like just spiky hair, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's actual spikes. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. Either way, the head sculpt is phenomenal. The eyes in red are creepy. The snout looks great. Those two teeth that are sticking out look awesome. Fur on the sides look good. The ears look good. You do have a seam line going down the center here, but it's not super noticeable in person. The horns are fantastic. Really love the paint and sculpt work on those. Very nicely done. On the back, you do have these excellent looking wings. They are attached to the upper body here, which is kind of cool. I did notice that this looks like it's off here. I'm not sure how far that's supposed to be in, or if it's just articulation, but I don't think it is. But that looks like it's coming loose, or just came loose, or I don't know. That's not good. That is not good. The back is nice detail as well, by the way. And then the wings look really cool. I did see some folks complaining that, you know, of the reuse here. And that's like a big thing with like Legions overall. But this is why I don't get everything, because it's just like there's so much reuse in their stuff that it's just kind of like it bores me a bit, you know. But me personally, I don't think I've seen these wings. Like, I have had other wing characters, but I don't think it's these wings in particular, but I could be wrong. You guys let me know who had these wings before, but these are really nice. A nice take on them. Clear plastic, translucent plastic, I should say. Kind of frosted, though, and it gets darker up top, which looks really good. It does have the holes in it. Your mileage is going to vary on how you feel about that. I think that's what folks are complaining about. They would rather not the holes. I would rather not the holes either. I don't know. I don't feel like it really needed that, you know. And again, you know, because of reuse, that's what they had to use. But yeah, I don't know. I'd rather not, man. I'd rather these be fresh. That'd be very cool if they were. But the wing, I mean, they do look good. I have no issue. Like, personally, I have no issue with it. So, I think overall, they're really, really nice. You know, they look really good. And the figure looks really, really good overall, in my opinion. Like, very, very, very nicely done. And, like I said, we do have an alternate head sculpt for this guy. And it is this screaming head. Monster roaring head. Which looks really good. I haven't heated the inside of this up, so there we go. Pop that in. Ooh, actually, it kind of sits a little better in there than the other one, and that looks incredible. And I have to try to finagle the stand because, yeah, like that head is so big. He definitely weighs him now, but look how great that is! Wow, that is phenomenal work. Holy cow. Teeth look great. Tongue looks great. The whole interior of the mouth is phenomenal. The ears. The horns, once again. Just... This is so good. Look at that. I'm giddy. I like it. I do. It's not perfect. You know, there's issues here. The tail, it fell out already while we were doing this. But there's so much to like about this figure. You know, I think the proportions are pretty good. Again, you know, your miles are going to vary on what you want out of a Jersey Devil. You know, like, there's no clear, you know, distinction on what it should look like. I think this is a pretty good one, you know, and, you know, it keeps it within the realm of, you know, Four Horsemen's pantheon of, you know, monsters and characters, you know what I'm saying? You want the figure to fit in with the line, you know, and not just be about the legend. So I think in those terms, it works. It works pretty good in my opinion. So, and I think they did a decent job of representing, you know, Jersey's most famous cryptid. And it's cool that, you know, for a first cryptid for them, they chose this because they're, you know, based in Jersey. So very nice. I do think it looks really good. Oh, the articulation. That head is on a big ball joint. Again, I don't think this was supposed to be an articulation point, so that's a bit of a bummer. That's not, you know, fully integrated into that back. But maybe it's just because, again, it could be just reuse thing. You have waist. You have shoulders. Ooh, this one's a little tight on mine. this one you could get it out further. Guess I need a little more heat on that. You have a single jointed elbow. You have hinges on the wrists and swivels. The legs can move outwards. There goes the tail. Back and forth. This is, you know, a soft ratchet. These legs are a bit loose on mine. Not like super loose, but like, you know, a little bit. And again, top heavy, that's gonna affect that looseness a bit. You have a double jointed knee, which after some heat, and they do tell you to heat up their figures, you know, works pretty well. The duo leg thing, duo knee, whatever it's called, I forget. Looks good and works good. This hinge over here is not working for me. Here it works. I need a little more heat on that side. At the hoof, hind leg, ultrazilla. And then the tail I showed you before, I believe. It does move there, and it's a bendy wire. But yeah, that right now, you know, this looseness a little bit aside, the tail coming out is the most annoying thing. But I still like it. I do. I think it's still, because it looks so good. It's not bothering me as much as I would have thought. But yeah, it's a pretty crazy looking figure and a pretty awesome one at that. And for your size comparisons, first up here is the Jersey Devil with a couple other Four Horsemen figures, including the awesome Terpiculi and the Ice Troll. Terpiculi, another one that came out this year that I got. That's really, really a cool figure. And let's celebrate the Halloween season with a couple of NECA figures to compare here with the Jersey Devil with the Ultimate Howling and the Scorched Alien from Alien Romulus. And my final thoughts, while I do feel like this figure suffers from a few issues, I like it overall. It just looks so good. And again, I like the Jersey Devil, you know, myth. And the Cryptid itself, and like, I don't know, it's cool, and I think this figure does a decent job in representing it. So yeah, pretty good Four Horsemen. Let's see more Cryptids in the line. I want to see a few more for sure, you know, like you gotta do one of the Bigfoots and plenty of others. But man, the tail, I think if it wasn't for this tail falling out as much as it does, and I did heat it up and it's just not staying in, like, I think I would enjoy it that much more, because that's the thing that's most glaring for me. Yeah, a little bit of looseness here too, but the tail, I mean, at least the leg is not falling out, you know what I'm saying? But again, looks wise, it's incredible. I don't know if I needed the weapons, that's another thing, whatever, and the stand I think could be a little bit better, but the package itself, it is really cool. And whenever you get one of these figure obscuras, you're really getting something nice here. So I think it's well worth it. You know, like, you know, at this point you do have to either get it on the secondary market or, you know, wait for the inevitable like variant of it. So I don't know what those colors will be, but this one is pretty good, pretty nice. I do like it, but I'll be curious to see what they do. There you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you're new to the channel, why don't you go ahead and sub yourself for daily content and let me help you diversify your collection with some cryptids, because boy oh boy, there's a few coming out from various companies. Which cryptids do you like? Let us know down below as well. Till next time, peace out, peeps.